Man, I want a rock star so bad. I'm having a hard time waking up or something. My allergies are coming in. My eyes are watering. Fuck. I might have to have a little bit of rock star or something to work out with. But nah, I ain't gonna do that. We gotta do it bare bones, man. We gotta do it bare bones. Shit, I think I need me a rock star. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta have at least a little bit of rock star. Maybe just a little bit, you know? Because I'm having a hard time waking up. Shit. What's up with it, generals? Yeah, I think I'm gonna get me a rock star because I need to wake up. I'm like sleep still. And my allergies are kicking in. My eyes watering. I'm about to work out right now. It's okay to have it every now and then. I think every day is too much. Don't do it every workout. It's okay to have a rock star every now and then, you know. It's just not every day. I say maybe once or twice a week, you know. Yeah, better get a rock star than not work out. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, because I'm having a hard time waking up. God damn it, I'm still asleep. You know, one of them the mornings you have a hard time waking up, and you still sleep. You know. Yeah, I'm gonna get me one. I'm gonna wait till this guy open the door real quick because he just got into the store. The owner just showed up. The owner of the store just showed up. I'm just waiting real quick. Yeah, man, don't have sub-5 children, bro. Protect yourself from women who are unattractive. I know some guys, they like to date fat women. They like to date sub-5 women because it's easier to get. But think about your children, bro. Think about how bad it is to be sub-5. Look, I've been sub-5 before when I was overweight. That's not a good life to live, bro. It ain't nothing but darkness, coping, and sadness, bro. I don't want that to happen for my kids. You know, once I have a kid with with a female that's a 7 or an 8 or whatever, my kid is gonna benefit from them genes, and he's gonna be glad that his father just didn't settle for no fat whale or a female that's sub 5 or just both. You gotta protect your kids, man, because it's not cool to be sub 5. You feel what I'm saying? I don't care if you sub 5 yourself. You should be looking for success, money, you know what I'm saying, status, and get you the finest woman that you can find. I mean, Mike Tyson kids look better than him. Why? Because he's having, we're top tier women. I mean, you know, because he's having babies with top tier women. I don't know about his daughter though. His daughter looked just like him. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson, he got them strong genes, man. Them strong sub 5 genes, man. You know what I'm saying? Life is harder when you are unattractive, bro. Because you're living in a world where it's just about looks and money and status. You feel what I'm saying? You are living in a world where it's about looks, money, and status. And if you don't have looks, you better have money. If you don't have money, you better have looks. You feel what I'm saying? You lacking in both, it's a terrible world for you, man. You lacking in looks and money, that's not gonna be a good life for you, man. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna wait for this guy to open up this store so I can get that Rockstar and beast out in the workout. And we won't have any food until like 2 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? I'm already losing weight. I can feel it. I see my waistline. My stomach is getting slimmer. You know. Like I said, I've been sub 5 before. I would not like worst sub 5 on my worst enemy. You feel what I'm saying? I wouldn't want my worst enemy to go through that sub 5 life. You feel me? And a female, we need to get a tall female. I don't care how cute these shorties out here are, bro. Nah, we need to get a tall woman. We got to protect our kids, man. I need a tall woman. And sometimes I be liking some of these shorties, man. Like Shorty Part 2, I got a little thing for her, man. But I can't have kids with her. Shorty Part 2 she's around 5'2", 5'3". She's around boobs height, man. And these shorties, they'll push up on you, man. They'll shoot their shot at you. You feel what I'm saying? And you just got to turn them down. Like, baby, yeah, we can have sex in the bedroom, but we can't go any further than just, just sex. You are too short. You know. I want that tall gene. I want that woman with the long legs. I want tall women. And just gotta be picky, man. It pays to be picky. Shit. You don't want your kid to suffer the sub 5 gene, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys, they living miserable lives, bro, because their parents just didn't pick them right. If you sub 5 yourself as a man, boy, you should be seeking money, power, influence, and a better looking woman to escape that sub 5 gene, to break the sub 5 cycle that your family is going through. Because you come from an unattractive family and shit, so you don't want to keep the cycle going. You know what I'm saying? You know? I love me some tall women. What's up with the generals? Yeah, me too, man. Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, we gotta get a rock star this morning, baby. We just won't do it every single day. Like tomorrow I won't do it. But today we're gonna do it. You know, I haven't had a rock star in like maybe like 4 or 5 days. So we slowing down, but it's okay to get it every now and then. Yeah, man, protect yourself. How you doing, boss?
No, how are you?
Good morning. Thank you.
Thank you. You have a good day.
You too, man. Hey, protect your kid from bad genes, man. The best present you can give your son or even daughter before you die off this earth, you can at least give them good genes. Like one of my subscribers says, man, that's the best thing you could do for your child, man. Give them good genes, bro. A good life, a better life. I want my son to be better looking than me and taller than me. Oh, that tastes good after how many days? Oh, that tastes good, man. Whew, I haven't had this. The last Rockstar I had was what? Or maybe like a week ago or 5 days ago? Mmm. It tastes good. It tastes better because you've been away from it. It tastes better going back to it. Because I was having one of these a day, man. You know? Get you a tall woman, bro. Give your kid the tall genes, bro. You never know, man. Your kid might be taller than you. All I know, my nephew, he taller than all of us. Me, his mom, my sister, and her boyfriend. He's 6'1". My nephew is 6'1". We don't know where. Actually, we know where he got it from. He got them tall jeans from my dad. My dad got the 6-foot jeans. Okay. My dad was 6 foot. My uncle Andre was 6 foot. They was around the same height. My dad's brother was 6 foot. Uncle Ronnie was around 6 foot. So it skipped us and it hit my nephew. My nephew is 6'1". He plays basketball, okay? So give them the genes that you never had, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't continue the cycle of poor genetics, poor genes. That shit gotta end with you, bro. You gotta end it. It's up to you. You know? You want attractive kids. You want them to have a good life. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's a guy, you know? You want him to be appealing to women, bro. You feel me? Oh, that Rockstar, it hit the spot. Oh, man. I took a break from it. Oh. So we about to get this workout on, man. Even though my allergies are killing my ass. Ooh. Give your kids the best chance for survival, bro. I remember my dad used to tell me, "Boy, I hooked your ass up." I mean, Dad, you didn't hook me up Tyrone status, but you gave me something decent. You know, I've always been decent though. You know, as long as I kept the body fat percentage down, I work out. You know, I didn't really understood. I didn't really understand what he was saying because I was like 8, 9, 10 years old, and when he told me, you know, when he told me, boy, I hooked your ass up. I said, okay. Then I got to my 20s and I understood what he was talking about. Boy, I had women galore. Whoo, man. In my 20s, bro, that was my fucking prime years, bro. Bruh. Bruh, I was going through them. I was going through them. Okay? Now I understand why he said I hooked you up. And I ain't a bad looking dude, man. Thanks to what my dad did, my mother did. Now they didn't give me Tyrone genetics, but they gave me something that, you know, that can get females attracted to me and shit like that. I can attract females as long as I'm at low percentage body fat and I'm working out. Like some of them females in Starbucks trying to shoot that shot at me, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, even at 45 years old, I'm still attracting these females. So now I'm like, okay, I kind of want this for my son. If I do have a son one day, you know, I kind of want him to be attractive to women. I don't want him to be sub 5, bro. Because I see what happens to sub 5 men. They live miserable, lonely, terrible lives. And all they do is play video games to cope. They drink alcohol to cope. Because no female finds them attractive. Nah, I don't want that. I want to protect my children, my future children, from the unattractive gene. You feel what I'm saying? You know, if I get a tall woman that's beautiful, my kid will benefit from them genes, and when he's born, he's going to be attracting them. It all starts in like elementary. You know, them females be trying to get with you and stuff. You know what I'm talking about? You be in third and fourth grade. Females writing you love letters and stuff. You know, having little girlfriends, little flings, little crushes. You know, and then when you get to like junior high, it gets a little bit more serious, right? You start dating. You start going to the movies together. You know, you ain't supposed to be dating around that age, but it happens, right? Right. Then you get to high school, and that's when you start having sex. The females, you see, like, I want my kid to be like, damn, I'm glad my father picked a good-looking woman to have babies with, because look at these guys out here that are fat, sub 5, or just real skinny with poor genetics. They're not having a good life, man. And I want my son, because I know I'm gonna have a son one day, and I'm gonna have a daughter too. You know, I want them, especially my son, to be like, damn, Daddy really went the extra mile for us. He made sure he hit that jackpot, invested that money, and became a millionaire, and started dating 8, 9s, and 10s so he could give me a better life. Daddy really cared about me. Hell yeah, I cared about you, son. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be the one like, son, I hooked your ass up. Just like my father used to tell me. So, boy, I hooked your ass up. I'm gonna say it to my son, watch. I'm gonna be that dude like 60 years old and shit. Boy, I hooked your ass up. I hooked your ass up, okay? I made sure you got good genetics. I didn't want you to be short, okay? Because when you're short, bro, that automatically makes you sub 5. Even if you a short and an attractive guy. If you're short and attractive, you're still sub 5. Makes you below average looking. Don't do that to your son, man. Like some of you guys said, you know, when I was talking about boobs, He was talking about, yeah, man, but don't mess with her like that. You know, your son, when he's born, he gonna be pissed that he's 5'6". I said, on second thought, okay, I see your point. You know, no, don't do that for your son, bro. Get a female around your height. Get her around 5'7", 5'8". I'm 5'9". See what I'm saying? She could be the same height as me, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that way, when my kid is born, I can at least give him the average height gene, which is not bad, you know, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Because when I look at some of these short dudes out here, bro, that are 5'5", 5'6", they're having a hard time with females, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And 5'6" and 5'9", that's like night and day difference, man. You know what I'm saying? They wish they were taller and shit. So don't curse your kids with bad genetics, bro. Don't do it. You bet not. You better not bust a nut in some of these sub-5 women or these shorty pantses. You know, even though shorty pants might be pretty, you know, but she too goddamn short. She's too short. Shorty pants part 1, she's short. Shorty pants part 2 is too short. They got them short legs, bro. My kid gonna come out to be a dwarf. You know, and he's gonna have a hard time in the dating world. So you want to strategically plant your seeds in the right woman, bro, with the good genetics. You know, avoid average pregnancy. Attractive people are more likely to be those teens. Yeah. And ask her how tall her dad. Yeah, tall girl with tall dad. Yeah. You got access to that, bro. Your kid's gonna be tall, bro. She got a tall dad, she got a tall mom. Guess what? You got access to tall genes, bro. Then your kid's gonna grow up tall. And they're gonna have good genetics, man. And they're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Especially if it's a guy. You see, looks, height, it doesn't really matter with females. Females, they're gonna attract men no matter how tall they are. They could be 4'11", they could still find a man, you know. But men, whoo, that height is important, bro. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure your kid is taller than you. Your son might come out to be taller than you, and you be like, okay, I did my job. He's taller. How tall are you, son? 6'1", 6'2". Okay, good. I don't want you to be short. I don't want you to be. Daddy didn't want you to be a shorty pants. You know what I'm saying? No, a short man, you know, don't do that. You know, he'll be glad. He'll be like, God damn, Daddy was really looking out for me, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come out like, yeah, that's right. I gave you the good genes, man. You feel me? I could go to my grave and be like, look, my son is okay, you know. You know, I took care of him. I make sure he had good genes. He getting women. He got dates. He got a date for the prom. You know what I'm saying? He ain't having no terrible life with women, bro. Some motherfuckers wish they wasn't never born, man. You feel me? Some motherfuckers, I'm listening and looking at these goddamn incel videos, and they talking about, man, I wish I didn't exist. Man, I wish I was never born. Man, I wanna jump off a building. As I say, don't do that to your children. You bet not. You like Mayweather said when he was sparring in the ring, and he was like, "You bet not." He was talking to the other sparring partner. Don't try what he was talking about outside the ring, because he was trying to give him pointers like, "Hey, hit Mayweather right here." He was like, "You bet not. You bet not." Yeah, you better not, bro. Even if you're sub-5 and listening to this video, you want to escape the sub-5 gene. That's what you need to do. This is your mission. It's to acquire money, wealth, status, and you can get a beautiful woman and escape the fucking sub-5 gene, bro. You won't hand it down to your fucking kids, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Cause that's what sometimes it happens. The ugly gene, the sub 5 gene, it gets passed down through generation, through generation, through generation, through generation. Okay? Okay, now I'm starting to wake up. I needed that Rockstar. I'm sorry, guys. I said I quit Rockstar, but I really needed it to wake up. And I won't drink it tomorrow. Just having it just for today. Now I'm starting to wake up. I couldn't wake up for a while. You bet not pass the short gene too, bro. A lot of guys hate that they were born short. Some motherfuckers don't think like that. You know, they don't think about their children being born. You know, they see a shorty pants that they like, you know, and they go ahead and have children with her, even though he's like what, 5'7", and she's 5 foot. Okay, your son gonna get caught in the middle of that. Well, he gonna be 5'4". Like short bald dude, he hates himself, bro. You know, because he's short. Don't do that to your kids, man. You bet not. You better not do that to your kids, bro. Find you a tall woman, bro. I picked this woman because she was tall. She was 5'7", 5'8". Good genes, pretty. Even if she's not the most beautiful woman in the world, let's say she's not an 8, 9, or 10. Okay, fine. Make sure she's at least a 6. Don't be out here fucking these fat whales, bro, and creating fat children and stuff. The other day, I saw a guy, he wasn't even fat, bro. He was sitting next to a land whale that had more chins than a Chinese phone book. Okay? And I said, man, if he has kids with her, his kid's gonna be fat. Like when I was younger, I knew this DJ that used to come around. He was the DJ for all the parties and stuff in the area. And now the DJ, he's a little chunky or whatever, on the chunky side, but he wasn't fat. But then when I saw his son looked like that dude, you know, the dude on the Nutty Professor, that fat kid on the Nutty Professor that was sitting at the dinner table. He looked like him. Really big fat kid, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You know, really fat kid that they I mean, damn. He must have got with a big old fat woman, bro. You chubby chasers, you don't know what you do to your kids, man, when you chase after these fat women like that, bro. That's why I don't like big women, bro. I don't. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I got the chunky gene, you know, but I'm not like, when I get fat, I don't get like the Nutty Professors and shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't get like Biggie Smalls, Notorious. I get fat, I get chunky, I get very chunky, okay? You know, I don't got the fat gene, I got the chunky gene. There's a difference between chunky and fat, okay? But pick you a woman, you know, based on what their parents look like, you know? Look at the parents, bro. Are the parents tall? You know what I'm saying? Are the parents tall? You know what I'm saying? If the answer is yes, go ahead. Do what you got to do, man. Bust nuts inside the coochie and have the children, man, because you don't want your kids to be suffering out here, man. It's time to start protecting our children from that ugly gene, bro. And all you sub 5 dudes, you gotta get out of that ugly gene. You gotta get out of the sub 5 gene, bro. You can't sit here and waste away your whole entire life, bro. You gotta escape that shit, bro. You get with a top tier Stacy or Keisha, man, your kid gonna benefit from that. Matter of fact, your kids might come out to be average looking at best. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to escape that the ugly gene. So let's say you a sub 5 dude and you get with a female that's an 8 or a 9 or whatever, and you got the money and status, right? You have kids with her, your kids gonna get caught in the middle. So basically you're gonna have maybe like an average looking son at best, right? So you gave your kids average genes, you know what I'm saying? Because no matter what you do, man, your kid gonna get caught in the middle. If I get with a female that's 5 foot and I'm 5'9", my kid gonna be 5'5". That's not a good deal for me. That's not a good deal. No, I'm gonna be strict with this shit, bro. You know, I'm gonna watch where I place my sperm, bro. You feel what I'm saying? My dad, he got with tall women afterwards, bro. I think my brother Aaron is way taller than me. My half brother, he's over 6 foot. My dad is 6 foot. He got with a female that was 6'3". Okay. And then when they had Aaron, I don't really talk to Aaron no more, man, because he pissed me off too many goddamn times, man. He's my half brother. He's well over 6 foot. My dad was 6 foot. He got with a woman that was 6'3". Okay. 3 inches taller than him. He conquered the pussy. Okay. And I don't know how he did that, but he did it. My dad was a smooth talker, man. He had a lot of game and shit. You know what I'm saying? So when Aaron came out, he was well over 6 foot. He had the height gene. But for some reason, Aaron, his voice never changed. He always had a high-pitched voice, man. He was in his 20s. He had a very high-pitched voice, and females didn't like that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't a bad-looking dude, though. But he just had a high-pitched voice for some reason. His voice never deepened. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know if he's got a girlfriend, but at the time, he didn't have a woman. Last time I checked. You know what I'm saying? He was still living with his moms in his 20s and shit. Wasn't really doing nothing with his life, man. But, you know, he had that tall gene. My nose is watery and shit. He got the tall gene, you know what I'm saying? So that's what you want to do, man. You strategically, I repeat, strategically place your sperm in certain females, bro. You know what I'm saying? So my kid walking around, he be like, yeah, my dad gave me some good genes. Look at me. I'm getting all the bitches out here, man. You know, I ain't got no time. I don't have no problem in the date market. I'm well over 6 feet tall. I'm good looking. I look like Usher. You know, because people used to tell me, like, man, you look like Usher when I was coming up. Like, you know, you might look like Usher. You know, leave the one I'm with, start a new relationship. I used to hear that all the time when I was younger. Usher, Usher, Usher. You know. But you want your kids to have a good life, man. You know, I know what it's like to, like, be desired by women. And I know what it's like to be hated by women and undesired by women. Just by me getting fat. I couldn't get a date. I couldn't get no conversation. I couldn't get nothing from a female. So I know how it feels to be sub 5. It's a very dark life. Okay? I had a taste of that shit when I was overweight. Now, when I was overweight, what I mean by overweight, bro, I was overweight like you ain't never seen me before. Like right now, I'm up and down in weight right now, but it's not bad because I'm working out. But back then, I wasn't working out. I was working for Uber and Lyft. And I was eating pizza at night, eating fries, burgers at night, you know, while I was doing my shift. Man, females treat me like a motherfucking, they treated me like a zombie or some shit like that, bro. They thought, they treated me like I was a zombie. Women are very hostile toward men who are unattractive. I almost got into like fights with females at bars and clubs. I mean, one time I was at this bar, and I told this story time and time again, but some of you guys are new to this channel. But one time I was at this bar, and at the time I was overweight, right? Trying to get with females at the bar. I'm trying to dance with one chick on the side. Now this female, she wasn't that attractive. Maybe she was like a 5 or something like that at best. But I was trying to dance with her, and her friend kept blocking. The more attractive females, they kept blocking me from trying to get with her and shit, right? And I guess she didn't mind dancing with me, but they didn't mind or something like that. Oh, they mind. I mean, they mind that I danced with her, and man, that female, that one small little Stacy female, she stepped up and she started wanting to fight me, bro. We about to get to a fight on a dance floor, bro. She was hostile toward me, bro. She wanted to fight me. Then I lost the weight, and then none of that stuff was happening no more, But there was another time where I was overweight, and I was at a bar trying to talk to this female that was a 6 or whatever. She got up and she walked away from me, and I followed her, right? And some Captain Saberhole, man, jumped in the mix and was like, "Get away from her! Get away from her!" And me and him was about to fight and shit. And then I got kicked out of the bar and shit. I was just like, man, you feel what I'm saying? So I know what it is to be sub 5. Women don't want to have nothing to do with you, man. And that's a horrible life when you can't find a woman. You can't get laid. Me, I'm doing it on purpose. I can go out and get laid right now, man. I can. Especially me being in somewhat shape. You could look at me and tell I am pretty much swole, But it's a horrible feeling to not be able to find a woman or even have sex in your life. You feel like you don't want to exist at that point. You feel what I'm saying? You're like, God damn, why am I here alone on earth? Am I destined to be alone by myself for the rest of my life? No female wants me and shit. You know what I'm saying? So you start questioning yourself. A lot of guys, they turn to suicide and self-deletion. I mean, it's just like, and stuff like that. It's a horrible life to not be wanted by a female down here on earth. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I'm like, do you really want that for your kids? Hell fucking no. You as a sub 5 guy, do you really want your kid to be suffering like you did when you was coming up? No, you do not. That's why you need to get as much money as you possibly can. I mean, wealthy. Be wealthy. You feel what I'm saying? As a sub 5 guy, you got to be wealthy. And you attract the best looking woman, the tallest woman that you can find. You feel what I'm saying? And you mate with her, your kids will benefit from them genes. And then you ended the sub 5 cycle, okay? And if I get with a top tier female, I'll end the average at best cycle, okay? So when I was younger, I was a 7. I'm not a 7 no more, man. I done got too old to be a 7 now. But when I was younger, I was a 7. So if I got with a female that was a 8 or a 9, automatically my kid would be labeled top tier, because if I'm a 7, I get with a 9, my kid gonna be an 8. So then he'll be a Tyrone, or she'll be a what they call it, a Stacy or some shit like that, or a Keisha, right? You know what I'm saying? So you wanna plan your sperm plantage, You wanna plant your fucking sperm in the right direction, man, not in the wrong direction. If a woman too short, you gotta reject her right away. She got the short jig. Fuck that. Fuck, I don't care how pretty her face is, bro. It's like, no, you have the short jean. You look at your legs. Your legs are hella goddamn short. Your arms are short. Shorty pants, no, we could never be together for long term. To have babies with, no. No, stay away from the shorty pants, bro. They create short children that's gonna hate themselves when they get older. Now, being short, it doesn't affect women like it does affect men, okay? Because women can always find, especially a short woman, she can always find a man. You know what I'm saying? She can always find a man to take care of her, man. But when it comes to height is more important with men, okay? You bless your kids with height, man. Like this is one tall female in Starbucks. She's tall, man. She's around 5'7", 5'8", okay? That's the one I would fuck with, bro. Out of all of them, you know, cause she's okay in the face. She's average looking, maybe like a 5 or 6 in the face. If I was broke, you know, I would deal with her. You know, if I didn't have any goals for the bag or nothing like that, I would deal with her. I'd be like, I want her, cause she's the tallest one out of all of them. That's what women do. Shit, women be picking the tallest dudes and the best looking dudes out there, man. I done heard females say that. I only date hot guys. I only date hot guys. So then they got, you know, top tier meets top tier. Top tier meets top tier, and they have a top tier kid. They have top tier children. That's how top tier people are born. It's when two top tier people get together, you know, and have a baby, or have multiple babies. They'll have top tier children. Those kids will inherit their genetics, which will make them have a better life in life, man. Because we already know, man, we live in a world where it's all about looks, money, and status, okay? Give your kids at least looks. You know what I'm saying? You know. Don't be having no sub-5 children that's gonna hate themselves when they get older. I just watched a video on how women treat attractive men versus unattractive men. And this one unattractive guy, man, he was like, I guess he was on that app. What is that? Was it Monkey app or something like that? I forgot. And the girls appeared on the screen. They looked at him. You know what they said? They said, "Oh, this nigga's ugly," and they disappeared. You know. And then some more women were up on the screen, and they saw him, and they said, "Oh, this nigga's ugly," and they got off the screen, bro. I forgot, what is that app that they got them youngsters be on, man? I don't know what that's on, man, but I guess there's a split screen or something like that where you on one side and then the chicks on the other side. I don't know what that app is called, but it's the youngsters are using it, okay? I'm getting old. I got to keep up with technology, man. See what I'm saying? So he was constantly getting doors shut in his face. Do you really want your kid to go through that, bro? Do you really want you want a sub-5 life for your kid? I think not. Especially if it's a son. You know, sub-5 don't affect like women like it does men, bro. Even a sub-5 women, they can still get a man. Sub-5 men cannot get a woman, bro, nowadays, bro. You know. Now there are some sub-5 men that gets women, bro, but they got ugly women. They got women who are sub-5 like them. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to set, you know, the trend and shit, man, for ugly children. That's why, you know, women reject you. Top tier females, Stacy's and Keisha's, They don't want the average or the below average gene. They trying to protect their kids from that. They want their kids to be strikingly gorgeous like them, the females. You know, they want the kids to be on her looks level. You know, they don't want average men either. Top tier Stacy's, Keisha's, the top tier females of the world. They don't want to mix with average or below average men. They want Chad and Tyrone only. That's it. Unless you got money. That's the only way you can get these women. Me, myself, as a 7 coming up, I was never, ever able to get these women, bro. They wanted Chads. They wanted Tyrones. Dudes who was tall, big feet, big hands, and shit like that. You know, women are very strategic when it comes to kids. You feel what I'm saying? The super pretty ones are. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a sub-5 female in Starbucks that has a nice fat ass on her. Oh my God. But she definitely gives me choosing signals. But her face is sub-5, so I can't be with her long term. I think about my kids before I get with a sub-5 woman. Like, sub-5 stalker. There's nowhere in the world I would have children with her, bro. My kids would be super short, super skinny, malnourished looking. Sub-5 stalker looked like she was anorexic, bro. She had no meat on her bones, period. She looked malnourished. You know what I'm saying? And that's why she was upset, because she didn't have access to my genes. She's sub-5 stalker was way below my looks level, bro. That's why it was so easy to get her. So women that's below my looks level, those are very easy to get. You know, that female, that blight female in there, she give me all kinds of action, but I'm not biting, okay? Because she's sub-5 in the face. She's tall, and she got a nice body. I can see it. I can see that under her clothes. It ain't bad. She got breasts. She got some ass up under there. I seen it, but it's just her face. That's what I'm concerned about. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't want to like curse my kids with bad genetics, man. You know what I'm saying? Because bad genetics is a curse that you got to live with for all 80 years of your life. That's a whole lot of suffering, bro. You know what I'm saying? To be sub-5. You feel me? I know some guys, you're going to be sensitive about this, especially sub-5 guys who come around. I know you're going to be sensitive about this. Like, man, what is he saying? Like, what I'm saying is, even if you sub-5, you have to escape that gene, brother. You got to get with a Stacy or a Keisha to, you know what I'm saying? That's why Tyrese is messing with these Stacys and these Keishas, bro. He's trying to escape that fucking sub-5 gene he got. Tyrese is sub-5, bro. He's a 4, okay? He's messing with the top tier women to pass on better genetics to his kids, especially his son. Feel what I'm saying? That's like, man, messing with a shorty pants. That's like me messing with a shorty pants. Yeah, I don't give a damn about her height. I'm gonna hit that and wipe it up. You know, put my motherfucking dick in that. You know, and call it a day. You know, 7 years, 8 years later, your kid started realizing he's short, or maybe he stopped growing when he turned 10 or something. So he got stuck at 5'4", and you wonder why your kid is having a hard time with females at school. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, because you didn't plant the seed correctly, man. You planted it wrong. You plant the seed wrong, and your kids got to live with that for 80 years of their life, being unattractive. Do you really want that for your? Like I say, even as a sub-5 guy, you want to say, you know what? I don't want my kids to be unattractive like me. I want my kids to be attractive, especially the man. You know, because looks affect men more than women. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be like, nah, I want my kids to be more attractive than me, man. I wanted to pass on the genetics of, of attraction. You know, if I have a baby with a Stacy or a Keisha, guess what? I have escaped the average gene. So then my generations, next generation, they're gonna be top tier men or top tier women. You see what I'm saying? And down the stretch after I'm dead and gone. You feel what I'm saying? So I passed on the better genetics. That way, my kid has made it into the top tier bracket. You know what I'm saying? You know. So you have to protect yourself from that sub-5 gene, man. Stop laying up with these land wells, creating fat children that's gonna hate themselves like heating the seed. It's like his father didn't give a fuck, bro. He's like, fuck that. I'm gonna bust a nut inside of a land well, and you wonder why your kids come out to be fat. You know what I'm saying? You know, stop busting nuts inside land wells. Reject those land wells, bro. Stop being a horn dog. Stop fucking everything that walks. You guys got to stop doing that, because then you're gonna come out with kids that's not gonna be attractive. Even like some of the females, they wish they were pretty and shit, man. I see it online, and they're talking about what it's like to be an ugly girl and stuff like that. You know, I've been watching this shit, man, on YouTube, here on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You know, what it's like to be a unattractive girl and all that other stuff. You don't want that for your kids, man. Like I said, height is everything to a man, bro. Face and height is everything to a man. I wish I was taller myself, shit. But I thought about it, I was like, man, it could have been worse. I could have been 5'4", bro. So be thankful for the 5'9" that you got. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I was like, fuck 6 foot, bro. It could have been fucking worse. Nigga, I could have been 5'2". I would have been invisible to every single female out here in these streets. At 5'9", I'm closer to 6 foot than I am 5'5". You feel what I'm saying? Even people have told me that 5'9" is a good height. That's okay, all right. Because the average woman is 5'4", 5'3" in America. So you're taller than the average women out here, than the average woman. See what I'm saying? A lot of females are 5'5", 5'4". You feel what I'm saying? There's there's not that many women that are 5'9". There are, but there's a smaller portion than 5'5". You know what I'm saying? So, but women want you to be as taller than them. You feel what I'm saying? Some of them don't really care about 6 foot as long as you're taller than them. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know how my nephew got the tall gene, but I guess I said, man, my father and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, I go over there, my nephew, he taller than me. He's motherfucker 6'1", bro. Like, motherfucker towering over me and shit. I'm like, God damn, where your tall gene come from? My dad, he was 6 foot. My Uncle Lonnie was 6 foot. My Uncle Andre was 6 foot. They were all around. They were taller than me. Every time I went over there, I was the shortest. Every time I went over to my uncle's house, he was taller than me, man. Uncle Andre, he was taller. You know what I'm saying? That's why everybody was so afraid of my dad when I was younger, man. He was a big dude, man. That nigga was 6 foot, 250 pounds. You feel what I'm saying? He was like Debo. A lot of motherfuckers afraid of him. You know what I'm saying? And I got caught in the middle. My mom had the short gene, bro. She was 5'3", bro. You know what I'm saying? That's short for a woman, man. You know, almost average height. That's almost average height. You know what I'm saying? So you want to do better for your children, man. You know, I don't want to lay seeds in a shorty pants. And I've been looking at this one little shorty pants, man. I like her, man. Shorty Pants Part 2, she more prettier than Shorty Pants Part 1. You know what I'm saying? But I can't give in to temptation, you know, even though the Shorty Pants are cute, you know, and they're fun size and stuff like that, but you just gotta say no. You gotta reject them based on their height. No, you are too short. Sorry. You know, you're too fat. Like the chick, the underage chick that's 17 shooting her shot at me, she's overweight. You know what I'm saying? Even when she turned 18, we could never be, you know, an item, a couple for a long period of time, because she got the chunky gene, man. You know what I'm saying? These females, man, they see a guy that's above them in looks, and they want some of that. They want to mix their blood with you, bro, because they're trying to escape the average gene too, or the below average gene too. You feel what I'm saying? That's when a woman see a man that's above her in looks, she gonna shoot her shot for sure, because she's trying to have better looking children, just like you're trying to have better looking children. You feel what I'm saying? I get sub 5 women hitting on me all the time, bro. All the time. Below average looking women. And I'm like, no, that's not what I'm used to. The blight girl, I'm not used to dating women on her looks level. She's like a 4. You know what I'm saying? You know, the other girl, Thickums, you know, she's a 4, bro, in the face. Like, she took off her glasses, and I seen it for myself. I don't want to have children with her, even though she has a nice fat ass on her. Oh my God. Let me get away from the kids over here, man, cussing and stuff. The kids are coming out just now for recess or something. I'm over here by a daycare center or something like that. Get away from the kids cussing. They just came out. They was like, yay, yay. Let me get over here. You know, hey, give your kids a better life than you had, bro. Stop being so goddamn selfish and shit, bro. You know, go after your dreams, go after your goals, so you can have beautiful children, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Stop all this playing around. Okay, let me take off this jacket. I'm about to get my workout on, baby. Got a little bit of Rockstar. I woke up. That's it, man. I just wanted a little bit of that to get me started. You know, I don't care how pretty she is, bro. She too goddamn short. Reject her. We don't want no short children, man. You feel me? You got short bald guy talking about he want a tall woman. Man, you'll never get that in a billion years. As long as you're not getting your money on, you know what I'm saying? You'll never get that. You know. Like I said, man, after I'm dead and gone, after I pass away, or even if I'm on my deathbed, I'll be like, I did everything I could for my son, you know, and my daughter. You know what I'm saying? I gave them good genes, and that's what I came here to do. Sometimes your mission on Earth is, oh shit, my bad. Sometimes your mission on Earth is to escape your average at best gene or your below average gene. That's probably your mission, is to make it better for the next generation. You know, that's probably your mission on Earth. That's what it is. You was born average. Okay, we need to find a above average woman to have above average children. You know what I'm saying? That's your mission in Earth, bro. Is to make it better. My mission is to find a above average woman. Keisha. You know? I wasn't gonna eat them. I gave them to the man. Leave them carbs alone. I already got carbs with this, with the Rockstar. Okay. So we're gonna work out. You guys have a good day, man. We already got an hour and shit. But it's a good talk, man. You feel me? That's something to grow on. It's something to think about. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I really want this for my children? Do I really want to get a shorty pants and have short jeans? You know? Like I said, some of them females in Starbucks, they short and cute, man. But we can't do it. We can't do it. I gotta go. You guys have a good day. I'm out. I gotta work out. I gotta get ready for my future girlfriend or wife or whatever. You know, the love of my life. I gotta get ready. You guys have a good day. I gotta turn my music on. I gotta turn my music on and then work out. That's what I gotta do, man. I'm out.